So I'm doing an embellished print today. I'm not going to be on camera because I want you to be able to see nice and close up with what I'm working on here. This is a print of my painting called The Holly King, and it's my most popular painting that I've ever painted so far. And this is a giclee print reproduction of it. And it's on beautiful, soft, supple canvas, and it's really captured the painting, the original painting well. All of the textures that were in the original painting are coming through nicely. So what I'm doing today is I'm embellishing this section, and then some details down here. And the idea of embellishing a print is that you create a new original. So every single print that I embellish is its own original in its own right, and everyone is different, because I just can't paint the same way each time. Every time I do something, even if I'm embellishing over a print that's already there, there's still some things that change. So I've got my palette ready here, and I'm going to be using this brush for the tree work. I'm going to be using this brush for the blending work. And where have you gone? I'm going to be using, if I can find it in my tub of brushes. Where's it gone? Oh, I can't find it. It's hidden, it's hiding. Let me show you the brushes. So this is my pot of brushes. There's quite a lot here, but I'm looking for one in particular. And I just can't see it. The one I'm looking for it's called, there it is. It's called a rigger brush, or I also use a script brush for the same effect. And this one has got very long and thin bristles, and when it pulls together with the paint, you can get some very fine details for branches. So that's 3 paints to use, and now I'm going to be quiet and concentrate, and I'm going to start working on this side over here with the tree. So I'm dipping my brush into some linseed oil to lubricate the oil, make it flow a bit more freely. And then I'm going to overpaint some of these areas here, just to make it come forwards more. I've got the window open in the studio for some ventilation, but nice and quiet at the minute, but that may change. It's hard to actually talk when I'm painting because I'm concentrating. I suppose that's why painting is so therapeutic and almost like a meditation because you need to get into the zone to be able to create a painting. Well, at least I do. I can't just have half an hour and just rock up in the studio and something amazing comes out. It just doesn't work like that. Birds are making some nice sounds outside. Now I think that's probably enough on that painting, on that side of it anyway. I think I'm going to leave this tree as it is. I might put a bit of dark down there. So I'll put the paint on, and now I'm just taking it off where the smoke touches, just so that it blends in with its background. And then the same with this tree here. They can stay as they are, and then there's just the foreground to work on. Okay, then just a few branches up here. Oops. See how the script brush behaves? It's a perfect, perfect little brush. One of my favourite brushes. For creating branches that are twisty and turny. I've honed this technique of painting branches. You sort of have to move the brush gently, but just before you change direction, I just push down slightly. And what that does is it just gives like a little knot where the actual twig of the tree would naturally be. This is why no embellished print is ever the same. Accident number one, just drop the brush. Like, no print is ever the same because I don't know how to explain it really. I never know where I'm going to go with the brush. It's like I let the brush do its own thing, and each time I look at the picture, I'm judging where I think the branches should go on this picture, and that will be different to how it went on the original or how it went on another embellished print. Oh, it makes lovely detail. It really, really enriches it. I'm just using very basic colours here. I'm using a little bit of ivory black. Some people think that's cheating to use black, but it works well for me. I was watching a YouTube video, as we all say this, I saw this YouTube video, and I was watching this video, and it was actually a witch over in America was making paints, and the paint colour is called ivory black, which is what this one is. And it was originally made, as were a lot of paints way back in history, it was originally made from burning animal bones to make them char, then grinding those bones up into a paste, and then applying the paste as a pigment to a canvas or a wall. I suppose it goes way back to our ancestors who loved to do cave paintings. Well, I don't know if they loved it or not, but they certainly did a lot of them. And we're very much blessed to be able to see them to this day in places that I've never visited that I would really like to go and see. And they made these pigments from all sorts of things, and animal bones was one of them. Which I suppose makes sense, really, because if you've prepared your dinner, you've cooked cooked a meal, and that meal consisted of one particular animal and the consumption of all its parts. I suppose when the bones are left, it makes sense to do something with them. Right, before I forget, I am going to just make this moon a bit brighter. So I'm just taking some white. And then using my blending brush, that's better. Something on the brush. Oh, that's better. Just makes it stand out a bit more now. I'm going to work a little bit on this side of the coat. Someone's moving something outside. Unfortunately, because of where my studio faces, I'm on the actual. It faces the front of the house, but I have to have the window open because oil paints are quite what's the word? Fumey. I can't think of what the word is. Volatile, I suppose, is the right word, but basically you need to have a bit of fresh air to ventilate the space. Otherwise, you end up with a headache. And I had a headache for the whole of yesterday, and I don't really want another headache. Right. Now I'm going to work on the base there. Although actually, I'm just going to pick up their antlers a bit more here. Okay, so now I'm going to pick a different brush, this one, and I'm going to apply the foreground colours. I'm just going to pop the palette down for this because I need to lean in. So just test what colour I've made there. There we go. And I think that is finished. Yes. So just come in and say thank you very much for watching, and I hope you love this embellishment of the Holly King. The frame is ready. I made a frame. The frame is drying, and it's going to fit perfectly with this painting because it's slightly navy blue and black, and the colours change as you go around the frame. So it's really going to pick out the colours in the painting. So I'm really pleased with that. Right, well, have a lovely Sunday, and thank you very much for watching another of my lives.